of mental health, whereby you find yourself, if you start feeling the stigma and the discrimination within the community where you're coming from, automatically you leave medication.
Yes.
The moment you leave medication, then there are stages that the HIV will advance now to AIDS. So the mental health, most time it comes when the stigma comes in, and sometimes the young people, you'll find themselves that they are not very comfortable living in the community or living in the society where they are discriminated.
Yes.
But the major thing is most of them who are being discriminated, they will leave medication. Yeah.
So what are those mental breakdown? You could give us some examples. Do they like run mad? Do they start beating people? When we start thinking of mental breakdown, we'd be like self-isolating, that's one. Maybe they start doing drugs. What are those? You could explain more, elaborate more. So like on the mental breakdown and emotional. From
a personal experience that I know, if someone goes through mental disorders
phases, yes,
most of them, they will join drugs. They automatically join the drug usage, and a few that I've seen have not passed that. They haven't passed that. How they call it?
The phase.
The phase. So you'll find that someone who uses drugs, automatically he wants to fit in the community. He wants to see himself fitting in the community. But remember, you're using these drugs and using the ARVs. So the moment they channel up together, automatically you blow up your mind. And from the few people I've seen, some that I know have been taken into rehabilitation and things like that.
Yes.
Which is something very bad, because the ARVs are supposed to treat the HIV in the body, but again you're adding in more
drugs for that.
Drugs and substances. You will find yourself that fine using them, it's okay, but if you're on ARVs, you do not tempt to use them.
Yes, it would damage your system. Yeah. Very true. Well, you're still watching Bethany TV for Health. Dorothy, I'm here back again on Health and Wellness, and we are talking about stigmatization on youths living with HIV and AIDS. In the studio, I do have Mbalia Derek, all the way from Uganda network of young people living with HIV, and he has been elaborating more of what stigma can do to these young people, because we need them tomorrow. We have seen young people that have become better. Not because they are living with HIV, not because they're living with albinism, but they have become better, and we are still pushing this by by 2030, which is our agenda. We should hope that this will be off and everyone can live in one community as one as well. So I would want to know, are there specific ways in which stigma impacts our healthcare in Uganda?
Yeah, sure. Because if you look at our health setting, so if someone stops taking medication, automatically you're impacting. There's a way it channels your brain, and you may think that you're okay. And also, if you look at the religious part, sorry to say this, but most of our pastors keep saying that if I pray for you, you'll be okay.
Yes.
Yeah, if you pray, you'll be okay, but I've never
the virus is there.
The virus will still remain there. But if you look at the aspect of our religious leaders, the way they are leading us,
some of them, yes.
Some of them telling us that, you know what, if I pray for you, this will happen. So this young person who has been on medication since childhood up to date, then he goes and checks, and the viral load is undetectable.
Yes.
Then he'll go back and test for HIV. Then it will automatically show that he's negative, but the virus is there. So in the long run, he goes back to the pastor, and the pastor says, "Wamponyeza," which is okay, but there is a process that we call if you're still long on, like if you've been on medication for 6 months and taking like adhering very well, one thing is that the virus will be undetectable. So this young person leaves medication and all of a sudden thinks that he or she is healed from HIV. In long run, again he goes back on, he is again bedridden, which is something very bad. So he has another advanced HIV, because they're in 2 types.
Yes.
So this person fell sick again, then goes back on medication, and as you understand, religious, it has done harm.
Distorted,
Distorted. Then if you come back to the other people called the herbalist, and who give Jerrican medication to the Jerrican, I don't know, the medicine that can heal 1 million diseases in the body. So I have a friend of mine who was like, you know what, I'm going to stop taking medication, and I start using herbals.
Yes.
So it became like I was so surprised, and at the end of the day, I was like, you know, you need to go back and check with your counselor and check with your service providers, get to know
if you're really okay.
If you're really okay.
Yes.
But he consisted and went for the herbal, which is something I think right now he could be very sick.
Okay. Yeah. Very terrible.
But the impact of stigma among young people, it has. One, most of them lose their life. Secondly, most of them going through that mental disorders, and some of them can even lose out their jobs, because, you know, living with HIV and you're working in a company or an organization that doesn't know your HIV status, you know, remember every month or after every 6 months or after 3 months, you have to go back to pick your refills and also check the viral load. If you do not air it out to your HR that, you know, this is where I'm standing, and every month I need to go and see the doctor, you start hiding yourself. And as you know, living with HIV, it comes with so many things that you need to put in place so that you can move in a right order and understand that this is the era is a part of my life. That I need to move with every single day.
Okay. Yeah. Now that you've talked about that brings me to my second question, because living with HIV and AIDS, it's something that someone has to accept, believe. Some people deny. Some parents even fear to tell their kids that start on the medication. And it's because of I don't know, lack of awareness, lack of acceptance, I don't know. That's when I bring in my question. What are those strategies you've put in place or resources to avoid such things that come amongst the youth?
So some of the strategies, if you look back, those days back when counseling was a full-time job.
Yes.
So right now counseling is no longer, people do not consider it as a something that can change a community. Those days we used to have, because my mom died of AIDS. And my dad is okay, not living with HIV. So those days we used to see TASO coming at home, and they would deliver medication, deliver those Jerricans, and the counseling was comprehensive. They would do the whole exercise like comprehensively. But nowadays, it is you test today, immediately
you start on medication. I think which is good.
Yeah, it's good.
Yes,
it's good. But one thing I've seen as, to me, a comprehensive of counseling.
It has been left out.
It has been left out.
Very true.
And someone tests today is positive. That counseling of acceptance is little, and you'll find yourself that the newly diagnosed person living with HIV, you take medication the first month, the second month,
you want to die.
So you'll find that it's a bit hard, but if we can bring back the comprehensive counseling and people who are tested today and you find that you're positive and you go through the whole process of acceptance, then accepting the treatment, just like that friend of mine who tested positive, then started medication
and I went on
and then switched on to herbal. So there was a lack of counseling in between there, which was a bit hard for him to really understand that, okay, these medication are part of me, that I need to move, and I need to adhere very well so that I can live a good life.
Okay.
Yeah.
So counseling should be one of the priorities.
Counseling should be one of them. But as for us as UNIPA, we have put in place different interventions that make a young person living with HIV live that vibe, the vibe life. Since 2014, we have been conducting the Y Plus Beauty pageant. The pageant, it's like the Miss
Uganda, Miss Universe.
So but specifically this one is for young people living with HIV.
Wow.
And this pageant is one of the best models that I've seen that has empowered most of the young people living with HIV that have really contested in the pageant.
Yes.
For the pageant itself, to go through a series, we move to different regions looking for the best contestants.
Okay.
So after the four regions, we bring them together, the winners. We bring them together like a boot camp. In that boot camp, we give them information. We give them information. We give them how you can present yourself and how can you advocate within your district you're coming from.
Yes.
Then after the boot camp, then they have to battle for the national, the national position.
Yes.
And so this year, the organization will not be having, will not go into
districts,
regions, searching for the who will be the next Mr. or Miss. So this year what we have decided is to bring all the stars from 2014 to
a reunion.
A reunion.
Wow.
It's like a reunion,
that's
but
nice.
it's a battle again.
Okay, yes,
because we need to see
what changes, what progress has it been from all the years since you started the campaign.
But one thing I'm very passionate about is I've seen most of them participate. I've seen most of the because for us we call them ambassadors, but other people call them the Mr., the Miss, Y Plus, and everything. But most of them, I've seen them participate. I've seen them go through the whole process. I've seen most of them winning the crowns and the what.
I should attend this one now.
Yeah, you should.
Okay.
But the pageant itself has been one of the best models that we can count on in terms of reducing stigma and discrimination. Same as USC keeps on, Uganda AIDS Commission keeps on praising the pageant and different organizations that have participated or done a donation to the pageant. And still the same, the organization is making 20 years and we are very...
Wow. Okay. That's big.
Yeah, that's big because it started in 2003 and the different interventions, the different activities that we have been doing that we have empowered young people living with HIV from the grassroots. By the time we started, we didn't have different ambassadors, but currently right now we have district networks that are really contributing much on our work within the communities, within the districts where we form these district networks. Then some of the, like if you look at the community dialogues we have done, trying to reduce the stigma within the community.
Coming on TV and also tell us how.
On TV, going on radio.
Your radios, yes.
So we have done a lot, but still there's something.
There are gaps, sorry.
There's still gaps. You know, there's that saying that says that whatever good that you will do, there will always be something that is lacking. Still, like as an organization, we are still struggling with how bringing up different interventions, creating those new interventions that we know that can make an enabling environment for that young person living with HIV back in different communities where we are implementing different projects.
Wow, that's amazing. I believe every community or every sub-county in Kampala has a place where these people go and converge. Yeah. I was in Imbara, there was one center. I think even in Kampala there are centers. You know, they go there, they talk, you see their artworks. What you're doing is good. I must tell you. Of course, we can't tell every youth that they can, you know, accept these things and come in. Some people may say, same old stories. Of course, they will always be the same. Yeah, but it's just a mindset change.
Just like the way where young people come together. You'll find that same as different districts, because currently we are operating in I think 54 districts.
Wow.
And in 54 districts we have 24 district networks of young people living with HIV. If you go to Mbale, there is Mbale network of young people living with HIV, and it's doing amazing work. Same as Iganga, then Kasese, then Gulu, Arua, like we have those districts of young people living with HIV. Now if you come back here to Kampala, we have again the one that is specifically for the slum young people living with HIV, and that comes to it's called the Ghetto Network of Young People Living with HIV.
Ghetto?
Yeah, Ghetto. So the Ghetto Network of Young People Living with HIV focuses on only slums within Kampala.
Kamocha,
Waise.
Okay.
So these young people come together, they form a network, and then mobilize their other colleagues, and then move into communities, sensitize their fellow young people. For the one of Ghetto currently has a small grant that they are running, a small project, and that project is emphasizing on condom use.
Yes.
So instead of us, the staffs moving into
communities, ghettos running around with them.
So
they are doing themselves.
They are doing it for themselves, because mostly a young person
would understand
a young person.
Yes.
So if an older person goes into the
they will hide. Thank you so much, Derek. Well, we are discussing about stigmatization on youth living with HIV and AIDS. My name is Dorothy, but we're going to take a short commercial break, and I have a message for you with Bethany Christmas bonanza that will be coming up. Let's go for a commercial break, and we'll be back.
Bethany TV for health. Ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled to introduce Bethany Santa Omugabi, who will be sharing wonderful goodies with you this Christmas season. Getting a chance to meet Bethany Santa Omugabi is easy. Just tune into Bethany TV and get to know our various programs and talented presenters. Bethany Santa Omugabi will make surprise appearances during our live programs and offer Christmas hampers filled with an assortment of goodies, including healthy food items. When you spot Bethany Santa Omugabi during any of our programs, be the first to call in and say, "Hello, Bethany Santa Omugabi. I am your Christmas date." Here He will then ask you a simple question about our programs and presenters. If you answer correctly, you instantly win a mega Christmas hamper. But that's not all. You can also respond on social media. The first 20 people to respond to each question on social media will be entered into a draw. And lucky winners will be picked and announced during Bethany Santa Live on Saturdays. Bethany Santa Omugabi, only on Bethany TV for health. Introducing Bethany TV, the pioneer health and wellness channel in Uganda and Africa, having a profound commitment to health and wellness. Our content takes various forms, from music and series to documentaries, talk shows, news, features, movies, cartoons, and reality shows. We are a hybrid station available on free-to-air and pay platforms, embracing the digital age as we maintain a strong online presence through our website, social media platforms, and mobile apps. Explore our rich and diverse content, engage with us on social media, and be a part of the positive change we aim to bring to the health and wellness landscape. Bethany TV for health. Showing on Bethany TV, growing and multiplying.
Father, we thank you that as we've master joined our faith on this earth, whatever
touching those close and beyond, the word of God ministered, lives changed.
Our God made a way for the children of Israel and they made it to the promised land.
The day of salvation, and today is a day of freedom for you in Jesus' name. If you believe it, say amen.
We celebrate the resurrection because Jesus is alive.
It's a brand new day. Here we go, we say it's a brand new day.
Never miss the Watoto Sunday service every Sunday, 10 to 11:30 a.m. live on Bethany TV for health. Are you ready for this good news? You can now watch Bethany TV on Yo TV, Afromobile, and Airtel TV apps. Yes! Catch the finest programming prescription for everybody, wherever you are, whenever you are. Bethany TV for health. Are you looking for a platform to advertise your business and boost your sales? Bethany TV got you covered. Take advantage of our introductory rates and maximize your leverage for brand awareness, advertising, product launching, live coverages, activations, and so much more. For booking and more information, contact our sales team on 0785 576 269. Bethany TV for health. Bethany TV for health.
Welcome back from that commercial break. Dorothy is my name. It is the 4th of November 2023, the month of grasshoppers. Do you eat grasshoppers, Derek? No. Oh, you don't. You miss. I'm about to board a bus to go to Masaka and buy a cab. Okay. It is health and wellness. We're discussing about stigmatization on youth living with HIV and AIDS. But guess what? Something from Bethany TV. We have Bethany Santa Omugabi. Now, this is what's going to happen. People, the Bethany Santa Omugabi will come somewhere. You're standing next to Bethany Santa Omugabi and we'll ask you who presents Health and Wellness show on Saturday. And you said Dorothy and guess what? You win yourself amazing gifts there and then. There are t-shirts, there are food items, there are medical checkups for free. Imagine coming to Bethany Hospital, getting free checkups. It would be amazing. This Christmas we're giving away a lot of goodies. So make sure you stay tuned and get to know more and more what we are planning. Back to our topic, stigmatization among the youth living with HIV and AIDS. We have talked about the strategies and resources you've done. Now let's go now to the community base. How can friends, churches, teachers, communities, parents, sister, brother, end the stigma in our community or in our homes as well, in our schools?
So I'll start by saying, before we go to the community, then it has to be first you yourself, living in yourself, that
it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not the end of the world. And having hope.
Okay.
And there's something I used to share with the young people. If you want to go public, or if we want to go public, one, ask yourself, is it the right time to go public? Whom am I disclosing to? Those the 5 W's. So if you understand that, then we come back to the community.
Okay.
So for the community, if the community gets to know, we have young people living with HIV, or the church, or the school. First of all is to have to embrace these people. Yes. After embracing, there is also love.
Love, the greatest of all.
Love is the greatest of all.
Okay.
Then there is care. There's that's one song I used to listen to, is from Hill Songs, and they shared hope, love, and something else. But at the end he said love, in all the things, in love and hope and what, love is the greatest.
Yes. But even Jesus says it in the Bible.
Yeah. So if the community is to embrace young people living with HIV, love, hope, encouragement, care, then creating that environment that everyone feels comfortable in. I have colleagues. These colleagues of mine are living with HIV, but one funniest thing I do to them is I pick them, hug, we have lunch together, and we do a lot of things. And that shows to them that there's always someone who is a push. And if a community to embrace young people living with HIV, or people living with HIV, one thing they need to do is, if we stop the stigma within the community, everyone will come out and they will say, I'm living with HIV. If you look at the past, the COVID period, where everyone was hiding and doing what, it looked so funny when they were asking for the pass, the RDC, when the RDC was creating those passes.
For those special passes, yes.
People fail to mention what they are going to do to the hospitals. But we thank God that most of the young people that we have in the pool of the pool of the beauty pageant, some of them volunteered to move within Kampala. He will go fetch the medication for you, then brings it to you. I'm happy that I'm one of the person who used to deliver
these drugs.
The second line and the third line.
Okay, those are drugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the second line and third, I used to deliver them in bulkies. So me, I used to deliver to the hospitals. Okay. By that time, I had a bike, and it was filled by the district used to give me fuel, so I would travel ride the whole of Eastern region. Okay. So I used to tell some of the colleagues that, you know what, I'm moving in this district as if I'm moving in my
your own compound.
In my room, because it was a 2-bedroom house, and so I'll tell them that scenario. I moved the whole of Eastern region as if I'm moving in my room. Wow. But one thing is that if the church, the schools, find the schools have had those programs.
Yes.
This back we used to have the PSA program, and it used to be very good. But nowadays
there was that magazine we used to read,
the
256 Straight Talk.
Straight Talk.
Yeah, I used to love those magazines. Where are they?
So we used to have the intervention. If we can borrow back from what we used to do and we implement it into this generation with with another different vibe, whereby young people.
Social media is now the vibe.
No, social media is now the vibe.
Yes.
But in schools, I remember I used to do, by the time when I was still in the Eastern, I used to do a small initiative. It was called the Kona Mungato ne SRHR. Kona Mungato ne Section Productive Health.
Oh, SRHR. Okay.
So that intervention, it stimulated most of the schools to invite me within Eastern region. And one thing we do career guidance, do motivational speaking, then we do sessions around sexual productive health and HIV. Then we would have also a guest performer and dancers.
It was a really good campaign.
It was a full packed day, and if to implement it again, right now I have even
more initiatives.
But if the schools can embrace the things they used to do those days back, when we do assemblies and share things around HIV, sexual and productive health, then also the churches to do, if Sumba is doing a script, then at the end tell people to go and test. Or to do, or if those ones that are living with HIV to stick on the medication.
Yes.
Then in the community setting where we are coming from, I understand we have this what we call the Bizindalo, and they are called mobile radios. So if
community radios,
if the community or the owners can embrace in at least taking off 5 minutes to sensitize the community. There are so many people out there, like the VHTs.
Yes.
You can go to those community radios, then try to sensitize the people, and people will pick the information.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have World AIDS Day, which is 1st December, 3 weeks from now. That's one of the days that everyone plays Fide Lutaya, Bongo Lutaya, right? His music, and we remember someone who stood up, the first Ugandan, according to the history, that came out to say that he was living with HIV and AIDS. In that month, there are many educational activities, initiatives that have come up, programs. Do you have some that are coming up next week, in this month, or very soon, as we head to that day?
So from this month, Uganda AIDS Commission has organized an HIV symposium. It's supposed to run from 14th, I think, to 17th.
Okay.
For that symposium, it will be free of charge. It will be at Kororo Independence Ground, and there will be HIV testing, and there will be a lot of activities that we'll go through. There will be also much of the learning from a different organization that will be participating in. And we thank Uganda AIDS Commission for bringing up the symposium, because for this symposium, it is us, the young people, that
are taking over the
Kamocha. So it is free of charge. There will be MC Cats and this guy called Zex. I'm not so good with the Ugandan music, but whatever comes into my ears,
if you need it, that's what you say. Yeah.
But this sister of ours has organized an event whereby there will also be a lot of information sharing and also testing. But
why Kamocha?
Kamocha.
Because Zex comes from that place, and now you see why you picked Zex. Yes, so, he's a ghetto gladiator. He's a ghetto young boy who just came from, the ghettos. And
the reason I was with them when we were discussing the venues, and we agreed that since your organization, because that is, I think Gloria Nyuwanyaga. Okay. She's one of those ambassadors from our side who has shoot who has shoot his luck to anyone. And the reason why we chose the Kamocha is simple because we have a network that brings different slums within the city. So we developed the concept, and she has been doing a little bit of the resource mobilization and everything. And so there will be a lot of performance from Zex, and also one of our MCs will be there. That is our MC Cat. To
very strong man.
To do the little bit of the motivation to encourage those people to test, and because you understand the slum has so many problems.
It does.
So, like it was last month we were doing one of our activities that are spearheading that our 20 years anniversary, and we were doing a community outreach, and we found that people within the ghetto can really access services.
Wow, that's nice.
From condom, HIV testing and counseling, family planning, then cervical cancer.
That's me.
It was really something that I felt like now we are going to the slum. People do not test in slums, but people.
You are shocked. That's nice. That's nice. We have talked about communities. We have talked about teachers, churches, media. We are here. We are doing our role by having Derek here. It's a blessing. It's big. A youth having to talk about stigma. Stigma is something bad. It's something big. It's like bullying. It's too bad. If I talked about stigma, I would spend a whole day here. But because I just don't like people who bully others. I wasn't bullied, but when you hear stories of how kids are being bullied, if I know someone has HIV and AIDS and is being stigmatized, I can punch a wall. if that's how angry I can be. Health care or health doctors and nurses, healthcare generally. What are they doing, or what more do you think? You said counseling is lacking. What more can they do to end stigma? Because I would come to the hospital, you give me medicine, I go home. But health servants are what more can they do?
So those days back, we used to have they were called youth corners.
Youth corners.
Yeah. So with youth corners, they were, like with the young people or children. I'll give an experience with TASO. I think TASO has maintained the whole thing. So those days back, when you go to TASO, they will give you milk, give you what else? They'll give you milk and an escort, and you'll feel like, yes, I'm at
home. I'm home.
So nowadays, and also those days back, they used to give this cooking oil. Cooking oil plus there's that flour. It was yellow.
The one they drink. Yeah, the porridge. Yes. But
those things phased out simply because they were donor funded.
Yes, donor.
So if we look at the health setting, fine, the Vasavos are doing their job.
Yes.
But we still need more of what they are doing. If you look at the counseling, which is not comprehensive, they were so being very harsh.
Bethany doctors are not harsh. We are very soft.
So you find yourself that the things are lacking.
Yes, they are.
And this young person will miss an appointment, but the person who called to remind about the appointment this person will be very rude. Kwaki tewaze kuchima ddagala and
muri eyo mulimu they say a lot of words.
They say a lot of words. That harshness. So Devasa was working in 2 different health facilities, yes. Mostly into the HIV section. They shouldn't be very harsh to the people living with HIV, because some of them, or they take themselves to be fragile.
Yeah, but they are fragile.
They are fragile.
Yes.
So the harshness, and if also the government can strengthen the youth corners. The youth corner comprises of the games.
Okay.
This young person will come at the health facility, sit the whole day. After wakanywe de just chai, watanywe de chai. Sit in the queue of 250 clients waiting for medication.
Yes.
I used to supervise a few facilities in Busoga region, where we are having a project. So one day I would go and sit with in the queue and see what happens, and you find this young boy coming. He walked over like a 5-10 kilometers
to come and get medication.
So we introduced a few things at the facility. Ono mvubuka wabaza okuchima eddagala wanabeera mucho afune kimu keeping busy, era azanye ludo, azanye chess, azanye snakes and ladders, oba agenda azanye omupiira
to keep as the line is moving. Okay,
but you know, with our Uganda, things are donor funded.
Yes,
things are donor funded, so once it gets spoiled,
yes,
yeah. But the facilities that I supervised, most of them still have the balls.
That's nice. That's
and a recent one facility was calling me deep in Bujiri, where I used to work, and they were like, twetagayo ko filimu endala eziri educative zebatu abana
bazirabye ne baziddamu ne
bamanyine kiddako, but they are facilities whereby I used to sit with the DHO and tell the DHO, you know what, this facility needs a TV. You see, this facility needs a TV. And we would sit in those district AIDS committee meetings and tell them, this facility ABCD, these young people need a what?
A TV.
A TV. And the committee,
yes,
and the committee would suggest and say, we are buying a TV for this facility.
Oh, that's
By the time I located and came back to Kampala, and things were better, things were good.
Because of that voice that, you know, gave him.
But if the Minister of Health strengthen the youth corners, you'll find that most of the young people will always come and access the services, not only on the side of HIV, but on the side of sexual and reproductive health. Because as a young person, you cannot only just be coming at the facility, picking your ARVs, then go home, pick your ARVs. But there are also other challenges they go through, which are
need to be addressed.
Like you find that he had sex, then at the end of the day, this young person gets an STI, or he gets pregnant, things like that. Those are things we need also to address with our health workers to understand.
Okay, thank you so much. It is Health and Wellness. Dorothy and Derek are here in the studio. We're talking about stigmatization among the youth living with HIV and AIDS. Few minutes to end the show. There are people who say or think that if I stigmatize you or I stigmatize someone else, tewali teeka tesobola kunkolako nze nja kuvumira ku social media nkulekaawo. Are there laws and policies that govern or that stop this stigma?
Yeah, there are laws and
legals that are legal.
Yeah, there are laws that are legal. If someone wakes up and stigmatizes a young person, there is a law. And if you happen to go through that, that young person, you have a right to report the case.
Okay.
So you'll find that our young people are not well informed, or the community.
We are all well not informed, Derek. I'll tell you that.
The community is not well informed.
Yes.
You get stigmatized. You cry. Someone has abused you. Yes. But we have been working with Uganet.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes.
I don't know.
I've seen it.
But Uganet has been helping us with a few cases.
Oh, that's nice.
If you still remember the case of Sempa and Gloria. So Sempa was dragged to court.
Okay.
And the most important bit that we won
the case.
The case. So if someone wakes up in the morning and stigmatized Derek, I will report the case. Then the case will continue. If the judges find out that it is true you stigmatized me, you might either face a penalty, you pay a penalty fee.
Yes.
Or you go to jail for 5 years.
5 years?
Yeah, 5 years.
Kids who are in school, please don't stigmatize anyone, because we have juveniles as well.
Yeah. But the most important thing is that if you happen to go through that, always report. Yeah.
Don't cry. Don't hurt yourself. Don't take drugs. Don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
Report.
To
the police, to where? We are not sure where to report these things, because you may go somewhere and say,
if you go to the police, yes, the police can support, but it's always to either come to our side, the network of young people living with HIV, then we can proceed to, if you proceed to Uganet to support with the case and everything.
Baba Sangawa, where are you found, you people? I may be here and someone is watching from Arua. Like, do we have that one in Arua? Where can I report this person?
Our offices are located in Intinda, Kalinabiri.
Okay.
So if the moment you get through, or you can also go through our pages, and because I'm always keeping tracking of them.
Social media.
The social media, what comes in, what comes out.
Yeah. Okay.
And the moment I get to read the whole story and I say that it is around stigma and discrimination, automatically I print the whole thing, then give it to my boss and tell me, no, Mnangi,
case, yes.
We have this case.
Okay.
Where can we start from? Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Okay. Your last remarks as we end the show.
So my last remarks is if you find yourself that you're HIV positive, always take drugs. And if you're HIV positive, take drugs. And always support those young people living with HIV in the community, because the most important thing is the love that they need.
True.
Love and care. And one last thing is always never forget to pray. Yeah, because God is always
Speaking
good.
of that, tomorrow is Sunday, please. I always have to, when I end the show, I always say, tomorrow is Sunday, let's ensure that we go to church. But do remember, Bethany Santa Omugabi is up and running. So make sure anywhere you are, you're watching Bethany TV, so that Munange Santa wakugwakungu wirawe chirabu. Who presents the morning show, who presents health and wellness, who presents the gym workouts. You're ready to give us answers. Which channel is Bethany TV on? So Bethany Santa Omugabi is in your area. So make sure you tune in to get more and more details, and don't miss to always tune in to Bethany. Do remember, tomorrow there's a repeat. If someone has missed this, tomorrow there's a repeat at midday, and you don't want to miss this segment again. For me and the team, we say good night.